Dozens of Israeli Air Force pilots have threatened to boycott military training in protest against the government's proposed judicial reforms. Thousands have been demonstrating against plans by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to severely limit the power of the Supreme Court. Netanyahu said pilots who refuse to serve would put Israel in danger.
When we fight on the battlefield and look left and right, we don't do so to check the political views of our brothers and sisters. We look right and left knowing that we're storming together, shoulder to shoulder against our enemies to ensure our security and our future. In a public struggle, there's room for protest, there's room for disagreements, for expressing opinions, but there's no room for refusal.
Imran Khan is live for us now from West Jerusalem. Imran, how worried would Netanyahu be by this threat to strike coming from the armed forces?
Well, he's been tweeting about it. I'm going to paraphrase his tweet. It's quite extraordinary, actually. He sent out a picture of himself as a young soldier saying, when the reservists are called, we answer. That's how worried about this that he is. He's actually putting himself in the frame for this. It is unprecedented, Laura. This is something that Israel has never seen in its history before. Now, 37 out of 40 pilots in the 69th Squadron, this one of the most crucial squadrons in the Israeli Air Force, have decided that they're not going to show up for a briefing on Wednesday. Instead, they're going to use the day to talk about the political situation in the country. That's never, ever happened before here in Israel. Now, it's worrying for two reasons for the government. Firstly, it's worrying for operational capability. If pilots are refusing to fly, then that has a knock-on effect for Israel's own security. And remember, this is a security state. The other one is social cohesion. The army has long established itself as being apart from politics. It's a national institution. It's a nationalistic institution. People are very proud of the Israeli army in Israel itself and the image abroad that the Israeli army presents of being one that is in defense of the nation. So to see these fissures, these gaps appearing within the army itself, within the military structure itself, is very worrying. Now, there are senior commanders who are looking at the situation and they simply don't know what to do. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. They don't want to put pressure on the pilots and the navigators themselves to come for duty because that'll be seen as political interference in the rights to protest. However, the government is putting pressure on the senior commanders in order to be able to keep the army intact and apart, like I say, as a nationalistic institution. So it's unprecedented. They're navigating it. No one really knows how this is going to play out. But the bigger worry about all of this is it just won't be one squadron, which it is right now, that it could spread, that these protests within the military could get wider and wider.
Very interesting story to keep across for the moment. Imran, thanks very much.